Hi, I want to take a quick look today at something called a universal book link, which is super helpful. So, for example, on my website, I've got links to different books, and many of them are published through Amazon CreateSpace, which is now KDP. Now, the thing is, if I just want to have a buy now button, I have to decide whether or not I want to link it to the UK Amazon site or whether I want to link it to the US Amazon site, and where I think my audience is most likely to be purchasing from. But with a universal book link, it does a nice smart little thing where it figures out where the person is browsing from and automatically takes them to the Amazon sales page for their country. Now, this is really easy to do. All you need to do is to find your book on Amazon. So, for example, let's take this one, Those Rosy Hours at Mazandaran, which is on the UK site. All I need to do is to copy the URL at the top by clicking there and Control-C to copy. Or you can right-click on it and copy, whichever you find easier. And then you need to come to this website called Booklinker. It's just www.booklinker.net. And here you can paste, so either right click and paste or Control+V and create universal link. Now, once you do that, you need to name your link. So usually the link is going to be the same as your book title. So I might call it Rosy Hours. And once I've done that, I click Agree to Terms and Services, which I'm going to come back to something in a moment. But once you've got your book link name, you create the link. And ta-da! This is your universal book link. And when people click on that link, it will take them to the version of the Amazon sales page in their specific country. So there we go. I'm international at the moment, so although I'm British originally, I'm currently in a country that directs to the US website rather than the UK one. So that's really simple, except there is a slight problem. So if I copy my link, if you're using a web development platform such as Wix, which I currently am, you might notice a bit of a problem when you try to create a link to a book link site. So let me just show you what happens. If you edit the text, and let's try changing the link to a booklink web address. Now, because universal book links from Booklink begin with mybook.to rather than HTTP or www, it keeps telling you that it's a rejected link because it doesn't recognize the link format. Now, thankfully, the people at Wix came up with a really simple solution to this. All you need to do is head to a URL shortener. Now, what something like TinyURL does is it takes a really, really long website address like this, and which would take up several lines, and it turns it into a really simple, short little link like this one here. So it just makes a long website address into a short one. And what happens is if you run your Booklinker address through TinyURL, it will give you a web link beginning with HTTPS. So you can copy that, and then you can paste that into your Wix website or your whichever web compiler you're using, and it will recognize that that forwarding address. So let's publish that, and when we pop over to the website and refresh it, we'll see it does take a second longer to direct to the Amazon page, but you will see up here in the top, it's picked up the TinyURL address, and then it will forward that to the universal address, and again you will end up on the Amazon website sales page for whichever country you're in. And I just think this is such an excellent little marketing tool and sales tool, because otherwise on my old website that I've just upgraded from, so as you can see here on my old Blogger site, I literally had to put the Kindle, the paperback. I used to have to put the UK and the US and say maybe I wanted a German or a Japanese link in there. I'd have to put a link for every single Amazon page, sales page that I actually wanted to be able to offer. And that takes a lot of time, gets very confusing, and it doesn't look very nice on your website. So to be able to have a single link that will direct you to wherever you want to go is excellent. And the only thing that I will just come back and draw your attention to is that in the Booklinker terms of service, there's a funny little clause in here that says that if your links fail to generate 30 organic clicks per month, there is a possibility that they will reassign your Booklinker link. So if your links are dormant and fail to get up to 30 clicks a month, then somebody else might end up using your link. So that is just something to be aware of. If you're not actively out there campaigning and trying to tell people about your books and trying to generate traffic, it might be worth just checking that your links are still working each month. Because you may have to revert back to a country-specific sales site if they reassign it. I think it's very unlikely that they're going to do this unless absolutely no traffic is going through at all. But I don't know. I haven't been using them long enough to find out. So do leave some feedback if you know any more about this. And I hope that's been a helpful tutorial.